Welcome to News, Booze, and What We Choose with Danielle and Dami.
Where headlines meet happy hour. So grab a drink, get the news, and come hang with us.
Howdy, howdy. What are you drinking?
Cheers.
Oh yeah, sorry, cheers. I'm not gonna cheers yet because I want to pour it because I need to read the bottle.
Okay. Okay, you're right. I'm drinking. Actually, I'm really excited about this drink. I was absolutely geeking out. I made a bee's knees, but with lemon chiffon ice cream, and it is amazing.
What exactly is lemon chiffon ice cream? I know like that I've heard of the dessert, I've never had it, but what is the lemon chiffon ice cream?
Just like this creamy lemon ice cream that I was like, should I get this? Should I try this? Like, when I mean, I don't know, you're vegan, but when I go into the store, I'm obsessed with ice cream. I feel like every time we go to Costco or a store and we're like low on ice cream, I cannot be low on ice cream, okay? I need it. It
Ah,
has
that's your sweet.
it is, it totally is. So, there is a really nice grocery chain. I guess it's kind of a chain company in Oakland called Farmer Joe's. Shout out Farmer Joe's. And anyways, they make their own ice cream, and I was like, lemon
Oh.
chiffon, like not my normal go-to. And so I tried it, took one bite, and I was like, the hell is this heaven that I have never tasted
So
in my life?
how did you make it with your drink?
So
In a
bees
blender?
knees is no, I didn't. So bees knees is gin, lemon, like fresh lemon, and honey. Normally you would shake it and pour it into a coupe
But
glass. So
is it cold?
it is, yeah, it's cold. So
Okay.
instead, I did everything the same, but I added a very small like scoop into the mixer and shook like hell.
What
Um,
is the party drink with the sherbet and the sodas that people would make
Kind
at
of
parties?
reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just so good. And I was like drinking it on the way, like taking the stairs down, and I was like, this is so good. Just
Yeah,
eating.
it's super cute, but it's also super tiny.
Yeah, it is really tiny. I know. I was like, well, this is fine. Like I'll drink some water. I'm trying to be like sort of healthy, but not really.
With ice cream in your drink.
With ice cream.
Well, I'm having so last weekend, and we'll get to this right after this, but last weekend, for Mother's Day, I went to a four-course tasting at Chateau Davell in Camino, and I got two bottles. The other one's on the rack. I'm going to save that for next week. But this one is a toast. I'm going to butcher the hell out of this. It's a Tocai Friulano, Tocai, second word Friulano. But this was actually the first wine that I tried there because when I got there, my cousin wasn't there yet. And so, coincidentally enough, small world, her friend who she does like the aerial and acrobatics and all that
Mhm.
with her troupe, her friend is dating someone I knew 20 years ago.
How funny.
Back in, do you remember Life in Vain?
No.
He was the lead singer, and my friend Nick was the bassist. So yeah, small world because I remember one time I was looking at my cousin's story and she was doing like a pan of the room. And then it gets to this guy, I was like, wait a second, I know him. So he was dating someone else, obviously 20 years ago.
Mhm.
And he was always like hanging around because again, I was friends with his bandmate and small world because now they're in a beautiful relationship. They're so cute together, so in love. It was adorable, just like even just how they talk about each other. It's one of those relationships where it's like they talk so highly of each other. It's so
Wait,
cute.
were they at the winery or they
The
they
winery.
they were at the winery with you? Okay.
Yeah. So she was there. They got there first. Then it was um my cousin. Then it was my cousin's wife, Cherie, who arranged the whole thing, and with my cousin Justin. And then it was her mom, and then her friend Julie with the person I knew from 20 years ago, Woody. It was her brother, and then his wife, and then like a bunch of just like there was a bunch
I'm
of
lost.
people. Yeah. So anyway, long story short, this wine is divine. It was the first glass I tried because they had like obviously they were pouring a couple different, but
Mhm.
delicious. It's like a Sauvignon Blanc. Let me taste.
Let me taste. Oh, I thought it was going to be a red. It's like in a very dark bottle.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, both of them are dark. Like and they have these cool hand painted
Yeah.
and hand sketch labels, but all
Cool.
each of them have different ones, and it's kind of like a Sauvignon Blanc. Like I would call it a warmer Sauvignon Blanc. Like it has a little
Mhm.
bit more depth.
I like that. Nice.
It's
So
delicious.
I'm gonna have to try that. Okay. So since we last cheers, how was
Speaking
your
of
mother?
Mother's Day,
Yeah.
no, it was really great. Like I said, my two of my cousins, they like put this whole thing together, four-course meal. The chef made sure I had a vegan four-course meal. Um, every single thing was delicious, so good. On the premises on the place. They had plenty of things for kids to play with and play on. They had a park. They had tons of grass they can run around.
Yeah.
It was just so nice. So the kids had a blast, and then they have such a good time with Justin. He's such a great male figure that just like plays with them. Like even if he's exhausted, he will
Mm.
like literally just play with them until they're like tuckered out, and then he'll be like, "Okay, now I need to sit down." Um, there was one instance. So Wyatt was outside with Justin,
Mhm.
and then me, Shree, her mom, and were inside, and like they had just walked out. So they were just doing kind of like hanging outside and then come back in. So he was like, "Oh, I got it." So he elected to go follow them around. And then all of a sudden, I hear Wyatt crying, and he comes in, he's dripping wet. So they had like multiple fountains around.
Oh no.
Thankfully, it's like a shallow one, like literally like just the ones that just filter water and it's just constant. So it's an illusion that it's deep, but it's not. He fell into it and it was like 2 seconds. And he goes like, of course, Justin's like, I'm so sorry. And then Forrest goes, he drowned. And I'm
Cute.
like, he didn't drown. He's okay. But he was soaked. So thankfully, I had a sweater in the car. I literally had to use paper towels because obviously wasn't prepared for a towel, like needing a towel. And he ended up having like an oversized Rolling Stone sweatshirt on for the rest of the time in his diaper. And he was just like playing still, like right after. But it was just something like, oh my God, you're so like dripping. And he was like standing there like, oh no, oh no. Um, but that was mine. And then, I think honestly, fantastic. I didn't have to plan anything. Like I said last week, I didn't have to do a single thing except just get myself there, and that's it.
That's how it
So
should be.
yeah, the boys looked adorable in their little outfits that I got that were like all springtimey. So
Mhm. Yeah, they
10
look
out of
cute.
10. 10 out of 10.
Aw.
How was your Mother's Day? What'd you do?
It was cool. It was just like really easy. We woke up and took them to it's called a Sequoia Diner. It's down the street from me and it's really, really a good little breakfast spot. And
Did
we
you get
got
your
there.
champagne and bacon?
I did. I got my bacon in my it's called a flannel hash. You would have loved it. It was like all beets and then it has sauerkraut and you can
Oh, I
you
thought you meant in your champagne. I was like,
Oh no, I'm sorry.
hmm.
I switched to the food. I'm like food oriented.
Yeah.
No, and like great coffee. It just was really nice. And the boys got to play. We sat next to like another family who had small children, toddlers too. So they were all, everyone was kind of like in the same boat. Like we were all like, oh, your kid is acting crazy. My kid's acting crazy too. Like, no worries. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, you just gotta you hate the judgmental parents.
No, no one was it was really easy. And then we just went and took them to the park down the street. They got to play, then we went back home. I was minorly like upset that I all I wanted to do with the rest of the day, this sounds crazy, was I wanted to deep clean the house without any interruption. And
Girl,
it's a dream.
I I am right there with you. I have OCD diagnosed. I'm not just saying it to say I'll have blah. I cannot tell you the bliss that I feel after a deep cleaning where I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the therapy.
Also, as I mentioned last week, I went to a cake party and that was, oh, I should talk about that. That was really freaking hilarious. So on the, last week we were like talking about like, what
Oh,
can we
wait,
try?
pause. Did you end up getting to deep clean your house?
Um, Not like I wanted to, when
Mm.
you envision like a full, like, leave me the fuck alone so I can
Get
do
out of here.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, like every single nook and cranny. I did not get to do every single nook and cranny. It's still driving me nuts this
damn
whole week.
it.
It was clean enough for me to enjoy the week. So I'll leave it at that.
Well, I'll
Um,
bring my white gloves when I'm there next weekend to wipe
ah.
off, your baseboards. Any- How was the cake party?
Oh, man's gonna haunt me. The cake party was really lovely, but making the cakes was freaking hilarious. So, last Friday night we were like talking about it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a mascarpone and limoncello cake. Well, then as I was talking through this with my toddlers, I was like, I can't make that because you're gonna eat this and you can't eat limoncello. It literally has limoncello in it. So I was
Yeah,
like,
you can. It's like
JK.
tiramisu, real tiramisu has alcohol in it.
Yeah, and coffee. You're not gonna give that to a toddler.
Well,
Like, don't do
trust me, I was a
it.
kid. I was
Espresso.
a latchkey kid. I was able to have tiramisu as a child.
So I'm like, what am I thinking? So I look again and I decided to make the mandarin cake because I had a shit ton of mandarins.
Oh,
And it
okay.
was
So you didn't make the limoncello cake.
no,
I saw the picture. I thought you had made the limoncello cake, didn't have a lemon, so you put the orange on top.
no.
Oh,
I switched, made the mandarin cake, and so what happened was I go to the grocery store. So the Saturday, I was thinking in my head. Actually, the plan was I was
girl, drop what's in your hand.
I love playing with these. It's like my
Well, if you don't watch, we're not going to tell you what it is. You have to watch to find out.
the
You
cakes.
on that note, anywho,
Actually, that should be on our good news is cakes. But anyways, if you didn't hear, I'll tell you later. So okay, I like am thinking I'm gonna deep clean my house on Saturday. I should make the cake on Friday and then frost it, decorate it, whatever on Saturday. If anything, I should make a quick cake on Saturday, clean the house, and go, right? But this cake took so long because I went to the store to pick up ingredients. Then I baked the freaking cake. And when
Then you got
I
to let it cool.
you gotta let it no, but when I opened the oven, there was a puddle of butter on the top. And I was like, oh no, what has
Oh,
happened? Have I
no.
greased the cake? I used the wrong pan. I am one of the like so I would consider myself like as a very good baker, except for that like I don't bake cakes. I just realized this last week. I'm like, I really haven't made that many cakes. The cakes that I've made have been like semi-homemade or I've just gotten by. So I realized, oh
I Well, I had my cookie shop, so I baked cookies all the time. So I'm cookie queen over here
yeah.
with vegan cookies, but I've made two cakes from scratch,
Mhm.
except unless you consider carrot cake. So three cakes from scratch
Yeah.
ever. But I can bake a cookie like back of my hand without a recipe.
I made like a semi-homemade upside down pineapple cake for my engagement party and got rave reviews. And I think I've been writing on that like 8-year review since.
You're like,
And then
I'm Ina Garden.
yeah, here I am. And then I made my carrot cake too that I was talking about last week, and that actually came out really good too. So like, but I make cookies. Mainly I make cookies, but like I can make muffins and whatever. So and I can cook. So I'm thinking I'm
Cakes
good.
are different.
I put it in this like smaller and taller cake pan, and so it just needed longer to cook. I cook it longer, but it's at this point it's totally screwed. It's
Did you
so
like blot the top?
I dumped out the
Oh,
yeah, but also then we put it back in the oven and I am like seething, like so mad at myself for like messing it up. And Charlie comes to me, he's like, you just gotta do it over again. I was like, we're out of butter. And he's like,
you
okay.
didn't throw it away, right? You could make cake pops with
No,
leftover
thank
cake.
God I did not throw it away. No,
Okay.
because he's like, we just need more butter. And maybe you get new pans. And I was like, no, we have three, four, five cake pans already. None of them are the right size for this stupid recipe. I'm like, I'm not buying the cake pan. I refuse. So then he's like, well, we have half a pineapple because that mandarin cake, the frosting was whipped cream with pineapples in it,
Mm.
and it's really good. And so
Mm.
he's like, but we can make an upside down pineapple cake. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So he picks out a recipe, and the recipe, he just needed, but we just needed butter. So I go to the store again, go grab butter and buttermilk. And I come back, and at this point, I'm like, I am following the recipe to the T. I'm not gonna mess this up. So he gives me this recipe,
They do say baking is like science. Cooking, you can free willy-nilly. Baking is like science. So if you're off by even a scotch, you could fuck
but
something up. Oh no.
so it gets worse. So
Oh
he's
no.
like helping me, like we're prepping, we're making the pineapple upside down cake. He goes and like takes a shower. I pour the batter into the bottom of the like pan. This is like a cast iron upside down pineapple cake. And
Ooh, you did it old school.
yeah, so I pour the batter in and I'm like, this is not enough batter. But at this point, my confidence has been defeated. And I'm like, I will not ask any questions. Maybe it's going to rise. And so I put it in the oven, it bakes. It, we flip it over. It looks like a freaking pancake. It looks like something you would make like
Mm.
camping. Delicious.
So
But
wait, I saw a picture. How did you turn that into what I saw?
because no, because what happened is we left that, we put it in a Pyrex, smushed it down to make it like kind of cobbler style. That's been in my fridge and it is absolutely delicious with that pineapple frosting. But what I did was I brought the very dense cake that I messed up, and I brought that, decorated it, and thank God that I did. But also hilarious because when my mom was carrying it, it was literally sliding over and
No, I saw it looked a little more, it looked a little slippery.
we made it to the cake party an hour later. It was very fun. My cake was not um definitely not the best. And I don't
Which
think it was
one,
the worst.
which one
Um,
was the best you tasted?
Oh, Danielle's by far. Danielle blew it out of the water. She made a chocolate cake with cherry, like a black cherry frosting. So it was like also very colorful, but like it was so light and fluffy. And I feel like the new test for me. So I took a couple slices home and you put it in the fridge. Then right, because you're gonna eat it and save it for later. So
Yeah,
the next
that's gross to make it
day
out.
I'm eating the cake, right? And I'm like, this is the test. If your cake still tastes pretty dang fluffy the next day after being in the fridge, that's a good freaking cake. So Danielle, hats off to you. Not you, Danielle, the other Danielle, but also hats off to you too, because why not? Um, it was so good. But yeah, my cake was not. My cake was trash.
Have you ever made a Swiss roll? Because the last cake, one of the cakes that I successfully made was a gluten-free Swiss roll, and it's the one where you, during Christmas, you
Yep.
like fill it with a homemade, but it was all vegan too. But you
So
fill it with
probably.
a homemade buttercream, vegan buttercream, roll it, make it look like a log, and then I made little homemade hedgehog cookies. And the hedgehog cookies were the biggest hit ever from like Forrest. He was like of the age he could eat them because there's just like this shortbread
Yeah.
dipped in chocolate and nuts. You
Mhm.
can't go wrong with that. Oh my God,
Cute.
no. I'll have to send you the recipe because you should need it. You can make it you can make it not vegan. Like you can make it
So,
normal.
uh, what is that? The Great British Bake Off is like one of my favorite like feel good, yeah, shows.
I
That's actually
no, I
looking
watched
at
it
it.
while I baked it.
Oh, cute. That's adorable. Yeah, Charlie bought me this shirt one year for Christmas that like is adorable, and it's like soggy bottom and it's like one of the judges' faces. It's really cute, but it's really
No.
tight. Like one of those t-shirts that's not made for big boobies.
No, I used to literally be like, oh, soggy bottom.
Yeah. All I could hear was like Paul Hollywood's like voice, like
Soggy bottom.
like he's like it's really dense. Okay. But anyways, okay,
Mm.
I'm sorry. That was like the longest.
It's all right. You're excited. So
I was.
do you, do you want to jump into the news or is there anything else you want to touch on?
No, girl, let's do it. Let's get into the news. I want to keep people here forever.
All right. Well, I hope y'all are now craving cake. So if you guys bake cakes because of this episode, let us know because we'll also share the recipes too for our favorite cakes in the future if you are down. If you want to, request them. But for the news, it's going to be a heavy, a heavy, our favorite cult leader,
Yep.
a heavy episode on him because he is just busy, 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 busy bee over here. Um, he's been gifted a plane from Qatar, signed a $1.2 trillion deal with them, also has, a plan in motion for a $45 million cost, taxpayers, tax dollars of ours, cost going towards a military parade for himself. He was never in the military. So let's just pause there for a sec. Yeah, so he's been very busy this week. Like I said, it's just amazing all the things he's like, what will I do today? Um, and then with all of that too, I mean, he's just going. He's just busy talking about Taylor Swift on his Truth app, the Twitter for Trumpers. And literally he said verbatim, I think it was today. Yep, today, this morning. Has anyone noticed that since I said I hate Taylor Swift, all caps, she's no longer hot? Question mark? Shut the fuck up. And then, oh, we're not done. We're going to also rewind back and talk about a little bit more in depth, obviously. I'm just going to go over the top headlines. And then he wants immigrants to compete for citizenship a la Hunger Games. Have you heard of it? Well, he's already in talks with the Duck Dynasty producer to do so. And this is your president, ladies and gents. What the fuck is happening? What is happening?
I
Uh,
actually think that some of these Trumpers are starting to like scratch their head and like,
well,
it
I'm
was
just
nice
gonna
to hear
shout
about
out.
the, yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna shout out not by name, but I'm gonna shout out you know who you are. If you're listening to this, that means you've gone away from the dark side and you've vacated your cult like mindset. And congratulations. I'm so proud of you. The air is clear up here. I tell ya, the air is brisk. Um, Because yes, I actually have seen some people who I previously knew as big Trump supporters are following and liking things that we're posting. And I'm like, if you were still deep in the like depths of the cult, I don't think that you'd be liking these things. So congratulations. You're out on the other side. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah,
And I'm not even being sarcastic.
no,
Like I'm very proud of you.
seriously, welcome.
Welcome. We're good here. Uh, what do you want to kick off with? Like, because I mean, that's a doozy. Like, there's literally
I
like
think
five things.
I kind of think like kind of rapid fire like thoughts, emotions on each of these. So let's talk about the plane. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so apparently it's a freaking $400 million plane. And my
Yeah.
favorite things is all the memes going like, what are the tariffs on a $400 million plane from Qatar? Huh? 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 Huh, sir, about the tariffs and blah, blah, blah.
Uh,
So that in itself is bullshit, buffoonery, and just outright stupidity. Like, are you serious? And then of course, because of that, they now have officially signed a $1.2 trillion deal with Qatar. So basically they're on in their deep pocket. So it says Hamas wouldn't last a day without Qatar's money. Trump used to say that himself. However, now, after signing a $1 trillion deal, $1.2 trillion, and no, I'm not trying to sound like Austin Powers movie. It is literally $1.2 trillion, not a million, with a regime that funds the people holding Jewish hostages in Gaza. So there's still like 58 hostages now. So in general, it's like you are literally supporting terrorism. You're supporting terrorism.
yeah, yeah. Did you see too that he received a lot of backlash from his MAGA followers? Laura Loomer being one of them, who's like a far right activist. She's like been quoted of saying like I would die for Trump, like would take a bullet for him. But like that this is like basically really, really wrong. Even Senator John Kennedy had said like I trust Qatar, like I trust a rest stop bathroom. Like, they're they're all kind of like, oh, why are we doing this? This is really wrong. But I think it's interesting. I'm curious, like, I don't think that I don't think that all of them, I will say this, maybe some of them, but I don't think that all of them quite yet have the cojones to really stand up to him. I mean, he's gone this far and he's done some really awful things. And to accept this and to do this, I think they're just gonna like, okay, well, I guess this is reality and keep going. Like that's
No,
not
I think he legitimately, and I've said this before, I think he wakes up and twirls his imaginary mustache and wonders, what the fuck can I do today? Because homeboy is off his rocker. He's lost his mind. If he thinks any of this is, you're actively supporting terrorism. Now, let's also jump into because I think
yeah,
that's pretty much we
yeah,
covered the bare
it
bones. It
is
says
bad.
last week Trump announced that he was going to build a $5.5 billion golf resort in Qatar. Today, or well, this was a couple days ago, Qatar announces that it's giving Trump a $400 million jet. And then just a day or two after that, then he has a $1.2 trillion dollar. Where are those trillions of dollars coming from? It's definitely not Trump's pocket. He is like the kid that has freaking his parents' credit card, aka the tax dollar money. Like, I wonder what I can buy today. I wonder what I can put my money in today.
Mean, he's just getting away with it. I mean, and like a kid, or let's even talk like we have toddlers. Like a toddler, if you do not set boundaries for your toddler, they will go there.
They'll
So
turn into tyrants.
he's going there. He's going
Yeah.
there. You know, like there are no consequences for him. And there should be. So this is very kind of like concerning. I mean, even like you mentioned the $45 million military parade for himself, like he is I think like there are people because we've seen them on the internet who are like a part of this cult who just are standing by each like every single action. But I think that there are people out there who are good people who maybe have voted the wrong way for whatever reason. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, guys. I don't know why, but like
I think honestly, after all this, I would be baffled if he were to successfully plot his little like third year situation with the JD Vance as his like little
oh,
bitch boy.
yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
be surprised if people are like, "Oh my God, this is such a great idea."
I think if you still stand behind this man, we've got we've got
If you
real
stand behind this man, I hate to tell you, he's going to move out of the way and use you as a shield. There, I said
yeah.
it.
Yeah. He values
Um,
himself more than anyone else on this planet.
he doesn't
Um,
give two figs about anybody except for himself.
really,
I don't even think he likes his wife or his kids.
no. Yeah. And the Taylor Swift comment is just like laughable. This is
What
like,
of all things you're worried about, you're going to put that out into the ether this morning? Like, why do you care?
have you looked in the mirror?
Like, legitimately, I'm surprised he didn't be like, "Oh, I stand with freaking Justin Bartuna Lerner." Like he would like totally butcher his last name. Like, I stand with him. You and Blake deserve each other. Like, I can totally see him. I don't know why I gave him an accent.
I
He's from
don't
New
know
York.
either. You always give people accents. I kind of
Well,
love it.
well,
You-
I'm not done yet. I got some more accents coming because we do have to talk a little bit about it. So I have a little correction corner about the military parade. So it's not specifically about him. It is because it does fall on his birthday, so you know
Uh,
he's gonna eat that shit up. But it is supposed to celebrate the Army's anniversary.
hmm.
So a lot of the feedback he's getting now is that why are you leading the military parade when you were literally drafted and found a weaseled your way out of having to serve? Yeah, I forgot what they phrase it as, like a draft runner, draft dodger, something like that. It's like a draft dodger. Um,
No, he would never. I mean, he
Never.
had a really good reason.
Oh yeah, and speaking of, I got a jury summons today, and I'm like,
Oh, we were
I
just talking
am
about this.
I am gonna dodge that because I have to tell them I can't. I'm bringing my kids with me then if I have to serve. That's all I gotta say. They're coming with me. It's gonna be SVU up in this bitch. So, anyway, back to the military parade. So it's apparently happening next month, coinciding with Trump's birthday, is estimated to cost between 25 million to 45 million. This was a day ago, and today they have now said, nope, it's definitely going to exceed $45 million. An Army spokesperson told CBS News the parade in Washington, D.C. is expected to include 100 vehicles, thousands of soldiers who will be housed in federal buildings during this time. It could also involve 50 helicopters, prompting extensive coordination with the Federal Aviation Administration. That's not cheap.
Security wise, like, how is that safe?
Well, They have
All be in
shit ton of
one.
army
I
people.
mean, yeah, but they're
Oh, he's
all
gonna fake
one.
an assassination attempt again, and his ear is gonna magically heal itself again. Oh. Oh, that happened too this week, where it's like people were
Oh,
like,
I,
wait, there was like a surgeon that goes, actually, that's impossible for cartilage to heal like fully like that because they just shot like a pic, no pun intended, shot a picture where, oh yeah, and by the way, whenever I drink wine, my ears get a little red. Um, they shot it where it's like the ear that got shot is perfectly rounded.
mhm.
If he had been shot in the ear, there would be a little jagged edge from the cartilage healing. There's
Mhm.
no way even like a skin graft would make it that smooth as if there was not one single like thing out of place.
Yeah, that was a really weird incident that happened. Like it just was too,
No, and
like
for the Secret
too,
Service
it
to
just never
think,
felt.
well, and think about it, the Secret Service, if that actually was an attempt, they wouldn't have just stayed on the stage holding him so he can get the fist in the
No.
air thing. They stayed on the stage because they had it planned where, okay, we're going to hold you. We're going to try to look like we're about to pull you away, but we need to get this picture so then you can be holding up your fist with the fake blood on your ear, and then we'll drag you away.
Stuff like that though, like that so many people that may know if that is not real, that's too many people who know that it's not real. So everything comes out in the wash is the saying, right? So and also you can kind of see it. Yeah, money for sure, but eventually one day you'll hear about that. That it I just how do they create this? This could be its own history book of like just Trump. And all
Literally,
these
the
stuff that
Trump fuckery book of
yeah.
2025.
Let's make that. And then yeah, it'll be a coffee book.
Oh my God, it's going to be a New York bestseller. Let's do it. I'm down.
I'm down too. Let's go, girl.
Um, I do want
But
to
like
talk about Hunger Games.
yes. Okay, good. I'm glad.
The
Okay. So I saw that it was who was the lady, and by lady I mean absolute
blonde lady with no lip. I mean,
no,
I
the
shouldn't talk, but
bitch
the
who
other
was
one.
like in front of the jail, who like all the people that they like
Oh, the one with the extensions that she's like,
yeah,
"Hi, I'm here
awful bitch of
to
a queen.
talk." It's like, shut up, you suck. Um,
It was her who was like kind of leading this, but she's like part of that administration. So
oh, she's
like
part
I
of the
don't
buffoonery.
Trump, yeah. I don't think it's like Trump himself, but I'm sure he's like
Oh
excited
no,
about.
he's already been quoted.
Oh, he has. Oh, of course.
Yeah. So 10
Oh,
hours
for fuck's
ago,
sake.
it was announced 10-ish hours ago. Let's say 10-ish hours ago. So Washington Post released the Department of Homeland Security is vetting a pitch for a reality television show in which immigrants would compete against one another for U.S. citizenship. The proposed reality show is in the very beginning stages of that vetting process and has not received approval or denial by staff, said DHS spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin. The reality competition series was pitched to Rob Warsoff, a Canadian-born writer and producer who did A&E's Duck Dynasty and Bravo's Millionaire Matchmaker. Warsoff told the Wall Street Journal that he has not had direct contact with Homeland Security, but has had positive feedback from the federal agency and is in preliminary discussions with networks. This isn't the Hunger Games for immigrants, Warsoff told the newspaper. That's lies if I've ever heard it, referring to a fictional dystopian reality show, blah, 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 to fight to the death for survival. This is not, hey, if you lose, we are shipping you out on a boat out of the country. I responded to this with my fucking hell. Um, yeah,
Uh,
you can see our comment right at the tippy top. So basically, and then New York Times then released maybe like 2 hours later, said the exact same thing. Trish McLaughlin is kind of like head
Heading it or something.
mouthpiece. Gotta
Yeah.
love a mouthpiece. She's head mouthpiece for this whole shebang. So y'all, it's coming to a TV near you.
That is just so morally corrupt but aligned to this administration. So not surprised, but
Nope,
also very disappointed in some of
yep.
the other people who would even entertain this. These are human lives and
We don't care.
disgusting. Really, really,
They
really
are literally, they're like
wrong.
smaller than the pawns on a chessboard. They're just like, "Mer, mer, mer, we don't care about these ones. Who cares? Bye bye. Bling. Like, and they flick them off the board and they don't give
Not
two
like
shits. And then their cheers with their $300 glass of, a half inch thick of whiskey and they're like,
Like,
this is hilarious. We're so funny. Cheers.
yeah, these are human lives, and like it just, I mean, they're making it. They've already made it. Not even they're making it. They have made it clear, crystal clear. And I keep hearing this too come up more like in the church. I don't know if you saw this, like someone had said that like people were walking out of a sermon because the pastor was talking about, did you hear about this?
Yeah, I
About
posted the video in our story.
oh, okay, good, yeah. Where they were talking about like being good to others, helping others in need, and people were walking out because they were like making it political. That is literally the definite, that's what Jesus did was help the poor. Like you guys are so like
Well, no,
uninformed and unaligned to what Christianity actually is about.
no, I'm convinced that, and this is going to give Satanists a bad name. I apologize because I have no qualms against any Satanists. I think you guys are doing a great job. I personally think that Trump is worse. I think he is probably going to create his own religion called the Trumpists. And people are going to, go to the statue that has him on like a red throne and he's like being embossed and like with horns and stuff. I would not put it past him. I would not put it past him. He's going to start his own religion in the next year. I'm going to say it now. 5/16/2025. He's going to start his own religion in the next year.
I mean, I think there's just such a it is, you know what, it is a religious warfare because they're talking about this. They're like, it's a religious like war or whatever, but they think that it's like against people who are agnostic or atheist. And I don't think it's about that.
I
I think
mean,
it's actually in
I'm a
your own.
pantheist.
I think, no, but
So
I think that what's happening is like it's within Christianity. It's like, are you someone who actually has read the Bible and taken like what it's about in, or
they read the Cliff
you
Notes.
or you just like signed up for religion and you're signed up for Trump? Because yeah, internally there's something that needs to happen there. Um, but anyways, yeah, that's freaking nuts, dude.
Bro, I'm right there with you. We'll see how it goes because who knows? He might expedite this and guess what? Hunger Games will be on our TV in the next month. We may not we it could happen that fast because I think his focus is so fucking skewed. Things that he should be focusing on, he doesn't give two shits about. And then he's focused on probably this, like, I need to make more money,
You know
even though
what's
I'm
crazy too? It's
spending
like I don't know
35 million on golf trips. What?
how would you not watch, like I wouldn't want to watch that to like give it views,
No.
but like also like I don't
No,
know.
I would be looking at some, I'd be like shouting about like this person actually did the dirty work and how to watch it and recap it. We're gonna recap their recaps.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
watching that shit.
anyways, okay, let's move on from this orange shit show.
So before we move on to that, I do realize that I didn't put shit in here about the Diddy trial, and I just want to give a little bit of an update on that because they're very much it's like the first week of it. So
Mhm.
there's a lot gonna come out of it. We're gonna get a little bit more in depth probably next week because there's gonna be a heck of a lot more people too on the stand. But I do want to kind of give a little bit of feedback on it because Cassie, the one that was in the infamous hotel video where he beat her for 15 minutes, the full video is 15 minutes long before he dragged her
Awful.
back. I know. And of course, there's all these women in the fucking comments saying, "Oh, she could have just left. Why didn't she just leave? Like, go fuck yourself, you fucking dumb twat. Go fucking get beat by your fucking husband, and then just be like, oh, I love you, honey. I'll make your dinner." I am sorry. First day of PMS, I'm gonna fucking lose my goddamn mind. Some women who are so against women just piss me off. Anyhow, um, so she did take the stand. It was actually released the first day that she took the stand that trigger warning. Um, I should have said that probably when I talked about the hallway video, but here we are.
Oh, geez.
She talked about how he made an escort pee in her mouth at one of their freak offs. And then this is what the women in the comments are going, well, she could have just gotten up and left. You girl, you don't think that she was being held down while that was happening? You don't think she was drugged out of her mind by her partner to be used and abused left and right, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of this. And thankfully, her amazing, beautiful, Literally look him up. He's beautiful. Alex Fine, that's his name. Alex Fine is so fine. Her husband, and so they have like three kids and another on the way, or two kids and another on the way. But she's 9 months pregnant. She took the stand 9 months pregnant. He was there to support her the entire time. They did say that he like was requested to leave during her statement of what she had to endure with him because he might potentially be asked to take the stand as well.
Mhm.
So he can't be like corroborated, even though it's like you know her, so you know exactly what happened to her. You're married to her. Um, but yes, she was used, abused, treated like trash. It's so heartbreaking. You can like look in, I'm not gonna go through all the dirty like details of all of that because that was really heartbreaking, just full on warning. A member of Danity Kane, not Aubrey, but she's coming on the stand, the blonde one that's like the one that mainly when you hear Danity Kane, you think of. She's going to take the stand soon, but a different member was talking about how she was in the studio and witnessed Diddy grabbing Cassie and beating her and choking her out and dragging her up the stairs. And then he came down the next day because he requested that they don't leave. He came down the next day and said, "Oh, that's just passion. That's our passion." And it's like, and then if you tell anybody, I will make sure that you disappear, kind of thing. Allegedly, of course, because this is like, I mean, granted, it's in all of the court transcripts. You can hear all about it. But I do want to say one thing before we do move on to the next topic, because this is a really dark topic. And like I said, we'll cover it more in depth as like more people take the stand and there more things go on. But do look at the freaking sketches because there's no cameras in there. It's only sketches, and they are not giving Diddy a glimpse of actually looking decent. He has yellow teeth, white hair, so he obviously was dyeing his hair. Oh, he looks like a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, so Alex fined Cassie's husband after she was done because she was done today with
Mhm.
all of she had to come back, I think, 3 days to take the stand, but he released a statement and it is the most beautiful, beautiful thing. And I just want to read it before we move on to the next. There has been speculation online surrounding how it must feel for me to sit there and listen to my wife's testimony. I have felt so many things sitting there. I have felt tremendous pride and overwhelming love for Cass. I have felt profound anger that she ever had to be subjected to sitting in front of a person who tried to break her. So, to him and all of those who helped him along the way, please know this: you didn't. You did not break her. You did not break her spirit nor her smile that lights up every single room. You did not break the souls of a mother who gives the best hugs and plays the silliest games with our little girls. You did not break the woman who has made me a better man. I did not save Cassie, as some like to say. To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself. Cassie saved Cassie. She alone broke free from abuse, coercion, violence, and threats. She did the work of fighting the demons that only a demon himself could have done to her. All I have done for her is to love her as she has loved me. Her life is now surrounded by love, laughter, and our family. The horrific chapter is forever put behind us, and we will not be making any additional statements. We appreciate all the love and support we have received, and we ask that you respect our privacy as we welcome our son into a world that is now safer because of his mom. Like the support he has given her, like she deserves like this
Mhm.
man in her life. Like I actually started following him when he was the trainer for the Riverdale cast. He looked so when Riverdale was actually really good
Mhm.
before it like totally went all crazy town. Um he was the trainer, the personal trainer for all the actors, and he looked like a Paul Walker 2.0. So I was like, "Oh, he is so pretty." And then he started dating Cassie.
Mhm.
And I would just seen because I followed him for so long, and then started following her and stuff. I've seen just like their family grow and grow and grow and their kids just grow. It's so beautiful. And it's just like, this is what she deserves after all of that she had to endure. This was
Yeah.
like the gift that she deserved.
Mm.
Yeah. So there are good men out there that will support women who and won't hold it against them that they were put in this position. Like, well, you put yourself in that position. Like things like that people I think say in hurtful moments or try to hold things against them from their past. Like he is the opposite.
Not
He's
helpful.
supportive and that it is out there. And I probably need to tell myself that too. But it is out there.
Mhm.
That there are good people out there that are good partners that will give you the love you deserve.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you took the time for that.
Yeah. But we'll keep you posted as like updates have been happening and all this. But like I said, if he is convicted, he is in life in prison. So fingers crossed. Um, now the one of the things that definitely was really disturbing, very much people are linking it to Handmaid's Tale, is a Georgia woman is brain dead, but
Mm-hmm.
she's 9 weeks pregnant. So because of the Georgia rule of the heartbeat law, they can't let her die in peace. Oh, and guess what? The family is still required to pay all the medical bills, even though it's against their wishes.
I think this baby also has like already medical issues and like may
Like,
not
I think
even
fluid in the
survive.
brain and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, like so there's just so many odds stacked against this family and to do this to them, it's heartbreaking. And then I heard too, I'm sure you saw like her son thinks that
He's a
his
little son.
mean, and this is just heartbreaking. Like, give people their dignity to die and not keep them on life support because you value a fetus. That is not,
Heartbeat law.
it's not, this is no. Um,
It's sickening. It's disgusting. And it is,
yeah,
people are literally saying, like, this is very Handmaid's Tale. This is exactly what is apparent. I haven't got to that because, like I said, I watched the first two episodes. I was like, this is intense. Like, I can't watch this.
exactly.
Um, the family has literally said this is torture. She's been brain dead for more than 90 days, but she's still being kept alive because she's pregnant
90
with the
days?
She's been dead for 3 months.
What? And the fetus is like 9 weeks?
hmm
This is awful. Oh,
Disgusting, foul, absolutely. And even nurses and like people who have helped with like labor and delivery and stuff are commenting, and I'll link all this stuff in the description, commenting saying this is exceptionally inhumane. Like I've heard of cases, but this, I worked in the ICU. It was cruel and inhumane, and the baby only survived days after it was born. It was one of the most traumatic things I've ever seen, and I spent 20 years working in the ER. Like this is foul. I cannot believe this.
why are they doing this? This is so
I don't,
awful.
because of the stupid fucking the heartbeat law. Are you kidding? Like, just let her die in peace. And this baby is going to be fighting for its life if it even lives.
Mm, that's really, really disturbing. Just
It
like
is.
so,
It
so
makes me sick to
disturbing.
my stomach. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we need to change the subject.
Shift on over to the lighter news.
We're,
So the
we're
49ers
gonna go to what
schedule,
we choose. What we
the
choose.
40,
Life news, pop culture.
yeah, get on out of the darkness.
Ah!
So the 49er schedule is released. We obviously, if you're a 49er fan, you're firmly aware. I really want to go to a game. I want to go to the November 9th game around my birthday, but we'll see. I'll bug you about it. Maybe you'll be down to do it. I think it'd be fun. I miss going to games. I love football. I love 49ers. Go 49ers. Woo, woo, woo. Anywho, a couple of Taylor and Blake updates. Not much, but basically it came out that Justin Baldoni is trying to say that there was like documents or something released that Justin Baldoni's lawyer says that basically Taylor was blackmailed or bribed or incentivized by Blake to defend her or something. So in the courtroom documents, it says, or the docs, I guess, because they're not in the courtroom yet. On February 14th, I received a voicemail from a person very closely linked to Taylor Swift, whom I subsequently called back the same day. Out of respect for the individual in question, I am not identifying them at this time. However, should the court direct me to do so, I will comply with the court's order. During the February 14th phone call, which lasted approximately 1 hour, the speaker told me that they had been informed that J. Douglas Baldridge, counsel for Taylor Swift and a partner at Venable LLP, had received a phone call from Michael, blah, 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 Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds' counsel. Requested that Miss Lively's behalf that Taylor Swift make a social media statement in support of Miss Lively, given her absence from the Super Bowl that year, and stated that Miss Swift failed to do so. Miss Lively would release 10 years of private texts with Miss Swift if she did not comply. The individual also told me that they had been informed that Mr. Baldridge had accused Mr. Godolevy of extortion and ended the call. So basically is saying that, which I think is now like being debunked. We'll see it in court. Again, it's not for like another 9 months or something like that. But basically, Blake Lively threatened to leak Taylor Swift checks of 10 years that could make her look like a bad person.
If she doesn't support like
If
her.
she doesn't publicly support Blake Lively, but we already know from last week that Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, unfollowed Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, interesting.
I
So
don't know
they're
if I
not
mentioned
friends
that. I don't think so. They haven't
anymore.
been shown. They haven't been shown in quite some time together.
Interesting. Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
looking good for Blake, huh?
I'm starting to think she might actually be a little bit of a bully and not a nice person.
It's crazy because she's shown as being such an like her image is like be prior to this is like was so
Oh,
like bubbly and nice and she wears all the cool clothes.
silly. Oh, she's so silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, a
Interesting.
lot of people are saying the Another Simple Favor that I watched last week and talked about, or a week before, probably a week before, but whatever. They said if the last 6 months never happened, they would probably enjoy the movie more.
Hmm.
So her public persona is definitely not good because people are like kind of associating with obviously her personal
Hmm.
and the inner workings and the inner haps of this movie. So anyway, we'll see how it unfolds because again, the I think it's March 2026 is the case.
Well, listen, Blake, I love your style. And
Not
you
in It
are
Ends With Us, but definitely in the other movies.
I didn't mind it. It was whatever. But like, yeah, I mean, overall, and like when she shows up to like a movie premiere or whatever, like she has like impeccable taste in
Yeah.
her jewelry collection. I'm not talking about her as a person because I don't know her as a person, but you still got stuff going for you.
Um,
So
I think that what are
did
you
you
thinking
want
about
to go
the
to
last I
the
was gonna say,
last
what do you
two?
think about the last two, or do you want to go to the good news we're sipping?
Let's touch on the last two. Okay, so Danielle
Okay.
added these two funny stories. She tried to put it in good
They are
news.
funny.
I told her no,
She
essentially.
did. She literally physically removed them from the good news because I think they're funny. So, a 26-year-old woman is suing her ex for wasting her youth. That's
Mhm.
the reason. She said that she was promised like a marriage, a child, a family, all of this, and they were together for some time.
Just
They
live
so
her.
he met him when she was 20, married him at 21, believed every promise he made about love, kids, building a future together. At 26, and a failed marriage. She's now suing him for wasting her youth. So basically, it is talks about the fact that she has now her youth is gone. She has no children. Her marriage has failed, and she wants retribution.
I just yawned.
Exactly. Good luck to you, girlfriend. Good luck to you, girlfriend.
So you're 26 years old. Okay. You
You're
aren't supposed
young.
to have kids yet, anyways. Also, read the room. We're in the middle of a freaking world crisis right now.
We're about to be in a Great Depression number two.
And what
Um,
21-year-old doesn't believe everything some freaking dude is telling her? Like, get in line, honey, okay?
Girl, preach. Do you know how much bullshit we fell for when we were 21? Let's talk about that.
I hope this
Um,
is done out, but also hilarious.
I wonder if like she gets $1 million. I'll be like, are you kidding me? Then I could sue too. I was 12 years, bro. Anyway, let's skip on that. Speaking of, so there the next one is in Suffolk County. They actually had an announcement about deadbeat dads and actually had a board with faces and the amounts they didn't pay in child support. I just want to say that is the dumbest shit you could ever do is literally be that behind on your child support. You're in 400 something thousand dollars. 422,584 was the guy at the top. Gustave Chateau from Farmingdale, New York. You suck because you owe almost $500,000 in child support. What
I'm
the
gonna
fuck you
just say
doing?
if I owed that much, you're not seeing me either.
It better be on Jeffrey Epstein's island is all I'm
I
gonna
gotta
say.
go. You're not getting it back. That kid is 8
Good,
now. 17, I don't
good.
know.
Well, no, that's the thing. Even if they're 18, if they're on the books,
Oh,
you still have to owe that money
dang.
because
That's
it's from the time. Because think about it, like all the money that you spend over year after year after year that you're not getting any help with,
yeah. No.
you owe that, you owe that money
I think
in one way or another.
I do think a little bit of shaming, just a little, right?
I wish they had a bells like shame, like in freaking Game of Thrones. Shame.
Like, I don't want to bully kids. That's not the kind of shame I'm talking about, right? But like shaming adults who should know
Oh,
better. Yeah, that might, help a little bit. Like maybe you would not want to do that. I forget.
don't want me leading the pact on the shaming
I
thing.
think there was, okay, don't quote me, but I think it was Singapore during COVID times. Like if you,
Quoting Damiana.
I know, quoting Damiana, in Singapore, that if you were to get sick, like when everything was super heightened, that they
Mhm.
would put your name in the newspaper. So they would like essentially shame you for like, yeah, for like catching COVID,
Cut
and that like you must have
up.
not been quarantining and you were like not keeping your distance. So they
Ooh,
they
they
shamed
were narcs.
they shamed you. So
Wow.
um
Um,
anyways, yeah, a little shaming. Pay your child support. All right, so let's get to the good news we're sipping. So
yes.
Ben and Jerry's, I saw
I know.
that.
So I'll post the link to the video of him being cuffed. It was 2 days ago, May 14th in Washington, D.C. Ben Cohen, one of the founders of ice cream company Ben and Jerry's, was arrested Wednesday after interrupting Secretary of Health and Human Services, good old RFK Jr., in protest of the war in Gaza. Congress kills poor kids in Gaza by buying bombs and pays for it by kicking kids off Medicaid in the US. And again, this kind of also kind of floats into Trump getting bought by terrorists.
Mhm.
So full circle. But yeah, everyone's like in the comments, buying 47 Ben and Jerry's pints tonight, buying some Cherry Garcia, blah, blah, blah. Like all the comments are like, love him, love him, love him. Like, so he is very much vocal and they've had that, what is it? Not the history. They've had that reputation.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't hide back from those things. So good on him. What's
yeah.
your good news we're sipping?
But before we move on to that, I just want to say
Oh,
he's totally my hero. I mean, like he goes in and disrupts that meeting, and I just think that takes a lot of bravery. He's an old, like he is
he's
not a
not a
young
young, yeah, he's not a young
not a
chap.
young man. They are carrying him away. He is speaking the truth. I shouldn't say his truth, like the truth, and trying to bring attention to what is happening. And essentially what he's saying is that we should all be really fucking pissed right now.
Well, and also this is just we need to understand too, we're talking about the children too. We're not trying to say like one is better than the other, da, da, da. We're literally just saying that there are innocent children dying. Stop it. Like stop funding these terrorists to
Unnecessary.
continue to kill children
Yeah, this is this
on
world.
both sides.
A lot of what is happening is like this should never happen. And it's just, yeah. So I really applaud him for doing that. Um, I think, I hope that there are more of us like him, like Ben. Be like Ben.
Well, I dare say that honestly, because of the fact that we've kind of decided, you know what, fuck it. And we started this podcast, and obviously we don't hide our beliefs and our what we are siding with and stuff. I think it's like more people just be more vocal. Stop being scared. Put shit on your stories on Instagram and piss
Oh.
off your grandma about your stance. Like, who cares? The world's gonna explode in like fucking 20 years anyway, it seems like. So might as well just go for it.
Yeah, what is the saying? Like if you don't stand for something,
Something, you fall for
yeah.
anything.
Oh,
No,
that
it
too.
literally,
Yeah.
It literally is. So the first time I ever heard that, and I remember, I don't know if this is around the time of like AIM away messages or something, but I remember Sucker Punch came out. Such a good movie. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's a good movie.
Beautiful. Love Emily Browning. She is the most beautiful actress, I think, hands down. But one of the army guys in one of the flashback scenes literally said, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And then he goes off into like a jet and like goes and fights in the war. I remember that stuck with me for so long. It was like literally an away message or something, or like a Facebook status or
Oh
whatever. And
yeah,
I was
when you use
like,
the like quotes.
yeah, that's right. That's gonna be my away message. Fuck yeah. Like
I love it.
um
True though, it is.
so
Yeah, that's my hot take on that is I just applaud him and
yeah.
let's do more. My good news I'm sipping is a really cute one. So, a bodega owner gives kids free food for good grades. And he says, I like seeing the smile on their faces. So he encourages like local kids in the area to bring in their tests. And like as they're interviewing, he says, this girl, Madison, brings in, last time it was a 98%, then it was 99, and then now it's 100%.
Oh
So
my
like
God, I want to own a
encourage
bodega and do
I
this.
know. He's encouraging like the community, the kids in the community to do better. So he says students who earn an average of 80 to 90% are awarded whatever they want from the store, and those who get from between 70 and 80% can take home $10 worth of items. And students with lower grades who show improvement
Oh,
also get goodies, and the same goes for kids with perfect attendance or who are awarded student of the month. Um,
oh
and then
my
if a
God.
kid gets 90% or higher, he offers them their pick of goodies from the store, as well as $100 bill and a t-shirt. So I
I
love this.
love him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where is this located?
It's New Jersey, or sorry, Staten Island, in New York.
Ah, why aren't more cities doing this?
I
Oh
know.
my God, this is the sweetest incentive because like you remember our lame ass thing would be like, here, you get a freaking thing for a pizza from Pizza Hut, a personal pan pizza if you read a book.
Oh yeah, that's right. I never did that. I didn't read books back then, but now I do.
You're like,
Where's
I
my
didn't know how
personal?
to read.
No, I think this is like kind of goes back to like last week we kind of brought this segment in of good news we're sipping, and I was talking about like we talked about like a millionaire or billionaire, I forget what he was, but
With
like
the
who bought,
tiny homes,
yeah, the
yeah.
tiny homes, like that's one person who's doing something for the community. And then you talk about like a the restaurant, the server where a patron gets the community involved to like help support this server. And then this one is like you just think about like your setting, what you can offer to your community and like how you can
Oh.
bring people in. And that's why I picked this story was because like a bodega owner, like you're not a millionaire by any means. And I'm sure he has his own struggles, but he's like, hey, this is my community and I'm going to like make that like connection with it and try and encourage like us to like stick together, and be better. So I love that.
Well, I think it's just amazing because he's a bodega owner. It's not like he's made a million. So I think that, I mean, I'm not like trying to type cast or anything, but
No, no, but
more often than not, if they're doing very well, it's probably like 100,000, maybe if they're lucky a year, if they're lucky. So for them to do this, $100 bill for 90% or higher or whatever, oh my God, that is beautiful. Um, and and like you said, if you can offer anything, what I can offer to like my neighbor, he has a little kid, and I even said because they like one during Christmas, he had brought a gift over for the boys, and it was super sweet. And he had mentioned something. He was just like, "Hey, if there's ever like any kind of emergency, like, would it be okay if like my son knows he can, knock on your door if ever?" And I was like, "Of course, he can absolutely knock on my door if there's ever an emergency where you just need to like let me know, like I need to watch him or anything. You tell me, like, even just lending a hand to like all that you can offer. If you can't offer money or product, the
yeah,
little you can do.
it's the little things. Yeah, I love that.
Um, the last thing we need to very much disclaimer this before so it doesn't get taken down on YouTube, but I'm going to say corn. But what rhymes with corn? It starts
Mm.
with a P. So this is what I'm going to be talking about. The Happy Broadcast announced, and I'm going to link this below because they actually do very uplifting posts. Apparently, and this is very, 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 very trigger warning, in a major international law enforcement effort, authorities have dismantled Kid Flicks, a dark web platform that facilitated the distribution of child abuse, but I'm going to
Mhm.
skip a word in there, material to approximately 1.8 million subscribers.
What in the world? Oh my
This
God.
is disgusting.
And
So
they
the
find these
operation,
people?
I know, and kill them all. Like put them up against a wall. Like, I mean, we're already doing Hunger Games soon. Put them up against a wall and just shoot them all in the head. I don't care. Anywho, I digress. The operation, coordinated by Europol and led by German federal police, involved law enforcement agencies from 38 countries, including the United States, Canada, and Australia. The platform, active since 2021, hosted over 91,000 videos. That's just that makes me sick. Totaling more than 6,000 hours of illicit content, include for and all of this just involve children. Keep in mind, nothing else, no adults, except the adults that were harming the children.
So they shut this down.
Thank God. So the takedown part of Operation Stream, resulted in 79 arrests, identification of nearly 1,400 suspects. Authorities conducted raids in 31 countries, seizing over 3,000 digital devices and rescuing 39 children. Oh my God, I can't even read the rest. Like, I'm gonna get sick. Like, there's literally like 10 more paragraphs. Okay, I'm done. All of you guys can seriously rot in hell if you get off on children being abused. Honestly,
Mhm.
rotten act even worse. Even worse. I think you'd be horrible for hell. I think you should rot in the fiery pit of bullshit and trash and literal bullshit and trash and garbage and festering infested like infections and those needles that are put in those little red bins in the hospitals and all those things put in a little pit. You guys should go down there and be lit on fire or put against a wall and be shot in the head, like I just said.
It's
Who
disgusting.
thinks that child abuse corn is like, ooh, yeah, that gets me up. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you in the head, you sick fucks?
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, you need help.
Oh my God.
No, it makes me really sad that like who are these kids and that someone's childhood was ruined.
Stripped. No,
Yeah.
like no pun intended, but literally stripped away from them. Like you took a childhood away from somebody. People who are abused children
Mhm.
take children's childhoods away because they will never have their free running outside, enjoying the sun, playing with their toys in the dirt, climbing trees. They'll never have that freedom feeling. They'll feel like there's so much trauma ingrained in these children now that they will never be the same again.
That makes me really sick, but I'm very glad that they shut this
Oh
down.
my God, I'm so
I
happy about
hope
it.
that
Like,
I hope that they find that they keep digging and find every single one of these
and I
people.
hope they light every single person on fire.
There should definitely be consequences. Um,
Fire. Deathly fire alive. I hope they're so alive that they feel like the most alive. I hope they put freaking caffeine in their body so they can't even like fall asleep. I hope they enjoy every little fiery death moment of their life.
Danielle's thinking of every single worst death, and I don't blame her. I'm with you. It's awful. It's freaking awful.
I'll come
Uh,
up with more ideas later. Anyway, I'll submit. I'll submit a letter. I'll be
oh,
like, I
we're gonna
think
get
this
a
is how
voodoo
they should all be
doll.
tortured. Tortured painfully. All of their nails getting pulled off with individually, and then their skin getting peeled off by a little teeny tiny tweezers. Anywho, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Let's go to what we watched before I get real, real, real angry.
Okay, you watched Poker Face. I saw you post about it. You were super excited.
I don't know why it took me so long. So let's talk about the fact that the first season came out in 2023, January. The second season just came out. So it's been 2 years since the first season.
Almost 2.5.
Like legitimately, I started watching in the perfect timing, because they haven't even finished the second season. So I'm like not too far behind. I think I have 2 episodes left of the first season before I can jump to the second, but Oh my God. No wonder I think she won like a Golden Globe. Natasha Lyonne.
Mhm.
I think she won a Golden Globe or something, and I can see why. This show is the most genius show. I'm so impressed. I out of let's do you want to do a okay, we need to start rating instead of just saying it's so so good.
Oh,
Watch it. Oh my God. Do you want to
go
do
ahead.
a star rating or do you want to do A through F, like rating like a paper? 5 stars or
Star.
like A B C D E A B C D F
Star.
stars. Okay. Out of 5 stars,
Mhm.
I give it a 5.5. It is that good. I'm not gonna even like I don't even feel like me saying that will make you go in with such high
I'm gonna
expectations. It's bad.
say that I'm gonna watch it because Rotten Tomatoes listeners, Rotten Tomatoes rates it a 99%. So she's actually on scale with Rotten Tomatoes this
And
time.
it's not just Charlie thinking I watch crap. No, it's really good. Um, Poker Face, it's on Peacock
Yeah,
and it's still streaming the second season because they only and it's great because they're the ones that release like 3 episodes of the second season and then 1 episode every week. So you are good. You are golden. And what it is the premise is she can identify when someone's lying. And when someone lies to her, then she's like, okay, well, that's my cue. I need to start looking into why you're lying to me. So every episode is a different theme. So she's kind of like on the run. You'll see in the first episode why she's on the run. I'm not going to give anything away, but she's on the run because of the first episode. It stars in Las Vegas. Then every episode is like in a different city with a different
yeah,
group of people. So you have a whole new cast in every single episode.
it's fun. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, it is so beautifully done. So many amazing random appearances of really great actors, like award-winning phenomenal actors in the first season so far. Like Nick Nolte was in it, and I was like, wait, what? And then freaking Chloe Sevigny is in it.
Brody.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, very cool. Oh,
Mhm.
Jamila.
Oh, and then in the second season, what is her name? I'm totally blanking, but the one that played Elphaba in Wicked, she's in
Oh,
it.
Idina Menzel.
Thank you.
Oh,
She's in an episode. Oh my God. So every single episode has a different, like, really famous person in it. Um, but it's so well done. 5.5 stars out of 5, let me tell
wow.
you. Um, I also started watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu. The second season just started. If you watch the first season, you will enjoy the second season. I do feel like it's one of those reality shows where you can tell that it is very produced. So I'm more looking at it as entertainment, not this is real.
Yeah.
So I'd give it maybe like a 3.5, 4 star rating. I do have to say I did post on a different account that I've managed that's called Another Bravo account. I've mentioned it before. It's Another Bravo ACCT. Um, and to usually talk about Bravo, but because all the Bravo people are talking about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I am now putting like my opinions on there. And there is a scene because they're Mormon
Mhm.
where the lead girl, she's very vocal, like, oh yeah, you came over and after you saw that girl in our friend group, you came and fucked me. And her dad and her mom and her brother and her sister are sitting at the table. And her dad slut shames her so hardcore because he goes, even after it was just said that the boyfriend, her baby daddy,
Mhm.
is sleeping around in the friend group and then still fucked his daughter. And this is the father of their baby, their grandbaby.
I'm
He
lost.
has the dad has the audacity to yell at his daughter, being like, well, what does that say about you? And then she goes, well, then I'm trash. And he goes, well, yeah. Like he is a piece of shit. I don't care because you're a Mormon that if you talk to your kid like that and you don't show support for your child in even like the most minuscule way, she's like literally obviously a very self-admitted, she's very self-aware.
Mhm.
Her dad is such a piece of shit. He's such a one of those old school girls are sluts, but guys can get away with it because they're guys. Very old school mindset, and it makes me sick.
I'm looking at these pictures of these women
Oh, they all
and
look the same.
They do.
No, literally, there's the best friends. There's Demi and this other girl with blue eyes, and they look when they're in scenes together. The only reason that we know the difference is because one has blue eyes. They look identical.
Picture. I don't know if it'll bring it
Oh,
up.
I want to see.
There's a one of them where they're like all wearing red.
Oh, yep.
Outfit choices. The it just so funny. But oh, I know who you're talking about. They do. There's a picture. I'll send it to you later. But yeah.
So the second one over from the one that's pregnant, that's showing her white ass belly. Oh my God, that's so white. It looks like a vagina. Anyway, the second one
Terrible
over,
dress.
she's the one where her dad
Um,
was yelling at her about how, like, well, what does that say about you? Like, it's slut shaming his own daughter.
ugh.
Oh, and mind you, all these women are like 25.
Yeah, they look very, very young.
Yeah. So I give it like 3.5. It's not, I don't think that it's 100% real. Let's be real here,
Yeah,
ironically.
sure.
I give it a 3.5. It's entertainment. It's like vacuum, dust, deep clean your house while you're watching
I
it.
cannot watch you always say that. I can't watch reality TV while I'm cleaning. Like it just I can't
Why?
because I have to go from room to room. I gotta like I want to pay attention. I'm like following along to the
Oh, see,
you know,
Vanderpump for me is like such a good background show because I've already watched it like 3 times.
I could do that. Okay, well speaking of, so I figured out the Valley airs, the new episodes air on Thursday, which is why I was behind because Thursdays are like by that time I'm checked out. I'm like, hey, it's Friday Eve. And so
I'm ready to put up my Christmas tree.
I barely was able to catch up today. I did it while the boys were napping, so I can actually talk about like I'm all completely up to
Yeah.
date.
So you're at the
Um,
speaking of wineries from Circle Full Circle. So you watch the winery episode.
Yes, watch that winery episode where Jesse and
Michelle.
Michelle, are arguing. She airs out that like he has spent all their money. Um, what's
And
your hot?
he's getting money from a gay guy.
That was
And
wild.
he's been accusing her of being an escort when she's like, you're pretty much the escort because why are you getting money from a gay guy? My favorite is the talking heads when they're on the couch and they're like, I'm sorry, I was taking a sip. Who's gay? Like when Jasmine is like, wait, what?
Yeah. I thought Jasmine was funny in that episode, but then later she like is talking shit about Naya behind her back, kind of, like that was
Because
like,
she's very much trying. So Naya is the prototypical like I am the Miss USA
uh,
pageant queen. Nothing affects me. I'm fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. Those are the first women that lose their goddamn minds. So
well, and she has twins, so
she
I
has
guess
4 kids
she has, well, now she has 4 kids, but
now.
in
Yeah.
that, while they're airing, it's three. It's,
Hmm.
basically like
Just
newborn.
a few.
So I guess for me, I feel like, okay, let's go back. Okay,
Yeah.
Jess and Michelle. Um, I felt so bad for her. 'Cause she like obviously lost it, and I don't blame her. He's
Oh,
an
I would
ass.
have lost my goddamn mind. You're calling me a hooker.
Yeah, he's an asshole, but he knows how to like push her button. She should have never went on that trip. I don't know if she just did it for the
No,
show, but
you have
like
to
you
do it for the
don't.
show. I think it's one of those ones. It's like you are obligated to take at least minimum three cast trips, and she had to pick which ones.
Yeah, that's so like you have to protect yourself, and it seemed like from what she was saying, she was gonna do that. So going forward, but yeah, don't put yourself in that situation. Like
Well, I
he's,
also think that's why you'll never go on a reality show because you would know better. You're like, oh, I'm gonna have drama on that trip. No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay back.
I mean, depends on how much you're paying me.
Oh no, if you give me $50,000 like for just one episode, oh, I'll fucking go. I'll drink, and you know what happens if I
I
drink
will
and
create
and
drama.
I don't like you, I'm gonna get real honest, and that's why I'm gonna be sober for an upcoming holiday, if you know what I mean.
You
Anyway,
are everything I'm thinking. Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
give me
that
fifty
was.
thousand dollars, I'll do it. I'll burn some bridges.
But I think that like it is really interesting because like he is clearly an asshole. I don't think he's like totally like a sociopath. Like I don't think he's totally like
I
all
think
about.
he's a good dad, but
I think
he's the guy, if you do him dirty, he will never let up. He
clearly
will
he's
fuck you
revenging.
up.
Yeah, she's going through revenge. And I think maybe he just needs a different life. Like maybe you shouldn't be in LA where you're like feeding off of that LA vibe. Like you belong somewhere else chiller. Yeah. Yeah.
If
So
he's such a big spender where he just spends money that they don't have, like she's alluding to, he needs the money to get out of town. So I think what's going to happen is he's probably going to be on here for as long as like the sh show lasts, probably for him to save up, hopefully, and not be stupid with it, but save up enough money so then he can
it's
go and start a new life.
like go to Europe, like in the countryside, enjoy your wine and like, chill
I'll
out,
do that.
relax, learn about life, and that life doesn't have to be so crazy.
I
Um,
know.
and she'll
Enjoy
be
your headbands, you weirdo.
in your headbands. Um, and then okay, then now going back to Naya. Naya, I feel like obviously because she's a twin mom, I feel very like
You're sympathetic. I am too.
very, very sympathetic to her. I also don't like to air out my dirty laundry, and I don't know how that would be. I also feel like because they're so like united as a front in front of their friends, like it's a tactic that I think does work. It's like with your kids, you're not gonna, like also, so don't do
You're
it on
not
the
going to be a Jesse and a Michelle.
no, no.
Yeah.
So but I don't think, and for him, like he was drinking and like I kind of saw what's the wild girl who's trying to get pregnant? I kind of saw his
Oh,
like
Kristen.
I saw
She's
like
from Vanderpump Rules. She's been since
yeah,
the first season of Vanderpump Rules. She's OG.
I kind of see her and her boyfriend's like point of view, like he can be both things. Both things are true. He is tired because he's a new twin dad and has another toddler. He's a dad of three, and he could just want to get drunk and have fun, and he's probably hiding it from his wife. I don't think he's like
The pantry and sneaking the tequila, that was weird.
that was very
Okay,
weird.
so I get it. Like if you're on a trip, okay, so he comes and he had to do like a whole voiceover or whatever, and he's trying to play catch up, even though if you think about it, they only probably had a glass at that point, and then he's like, "Let's catch up. Pour me a bigger pour." Blah blah blah.
He's just trying
It's
to
like
have
we're somebody should have been like, "Oh, we've only had one glass probably so far," and then he would have been like, "Oh, okay, we're on that level." I think because to what we saw, no one pointed out like, "Oh, we just started," because of the whole breakdown of the vans and all that stuff that happened. I think because no one pointed that out he just went buck wild thinking everyone was like three glasses deep. And he's like, I gotta catch up. Okay, we've seen if you drink in a short amount of time, a large amount, you're gonna get so shit-faced. But if you drink a good amount over the course of like many hours, you're most likely just gonna have a little smidgen of a headache the next morning. You'll be fine.
yeah. Yeah, he's probably I mean, they could have that combo later, like, all right, like me like, it sounded like he'd done some things that weren't
Oh, in the past. Oh, the grabby
uh-huh,
hands.
like weren't acceptable. So I'm sure that
Yeah.
they have had those conversations of like, maybe you're done.
And I'm glad. So what I'm glad is that he stayed in the bed because I thought the moment that
Yeah,
she tucked him in that he was gonna be like, "No, I'm
yeah.
good," and then try to drink more, and
Sometimes
then
you just
and
need
then
to
you're
stay
fully
asleep.
blackout, like having an entire life when you don't even know that you're living right now. Your like brain is like, "I'm asleep."
Yeah. I did think that it was weird that Zach kept was like, "Do you want me to wake him up? Do you want me to wake him up?" I'm like, "Stop it, you shit starter. Just let him
Oh no,
sleep."
he is the shittiest shit starter. He is turning that spoon around like, let's go, guy, let's wake up. He
Yeah.
wants that for the camera, but it's kind of what he's known for. But I
Good
think
boy.
that I think it's good because I do see both sides, like you said, the crazy girl that you talked about, Kristen. I think that it was mindful of being like, you have to see the bigger picture. And I feel like a lot of people are very close-minded
Mhm.
that you don't know what the hell they've been dealing with behind closed doors, and then they just need to let loose a little bit. And if it's not to your appropriation of like what is appropriate in that moment, doesn't mean like he is a horrible person.
He might have just like, I don't know, like, he could. I could see like a sneaky funny moment or like where he's just like drunk, he's not thinking so he takes a shot like but whatever. Like
That was the only weird part is like, okay, why are you chugging out of a bottle in the pantry? That's the only part that was like, if you didn't do that, I feel like
right.
we could have all chalked it up to you are a dad of three kids. You have a pregnant wife at home. You are working full time or whatever voice actors do. You probably want to just let loose on a weekend. Like, go for it. I feel like a lot of people are very much ready, quick to judge, like, oh my God, how could you? It's like, not everyone needs to stay in this certain lane. Like, some people need to let loose a bit. And if they don't, bad shit can happen.
So I think Jasmine was pointing it out because she thinks that it's a problem versus uh what's the wife of Jax?
Oh, Brittany.
Brittany was pointing it out because she was like, it's not a problem to her. This is my interpretation that it wasn't a problem to her, but what was a problem was that she wasn't being real, like you had said. That that
Very
I'm
much
like,
like, go to bed, sweetie. Love you so much, my little angel muffin. But then they did a flashback in the van where she's like yelling at him on the
yeah,
phone. And it's like,
that's just
but
her. Like
yelling.
you can't get mad at someone's personality. Like that's like getting like mad at me because like that could be very well me too. Like I have those moments where I'm just like, it's not me. I'm not always gonna want to do that. It's not that I'm not being real, or it's not that she's not being real. It's just that it's not in the mood to do that. Why get mad at me? Like instead, it's not about me, it's about you and what you're going through.
And that's the thing is I feel like people put people in cutty cutter, cookie cutter like boxes or however you want to say it, cookie cutter, like whatever the shape is. If you somewhat even just like go over the edge a little bit or fall out of line, oh my God, they have a problem. Oh my God, they need help. Oh my God, you know, they're having an issue. They're cheating on you or blah, blah, blah. Like they're gonna go over the like, no, these people can have moments where they're just like, I felt comfortable in this moment and fuck me, I was wrong because you guys are all judgmental assholes.
Yeah.
And I thought I was gonna be having a, fantastic weekend. I let it went a little loose too far, and now you can suck my dick because you're being judgmental dick. So honestly,
All of their trips are always so funny. It's like always the
oh
most
my
drama.
God. I think because also the stir of the pot is Zach. He's always like, let me go wake him up. Yeah, you wanted to wake him up because you knew if you put booze in his mouth, he would get his drunk ass out of there and be so blacked out that nothing would, he would remember nothing of it
Could
until he
have
saw it on
told
camera.
himself. Yeah, even more.
Yeah,
Anyways, well, I'm glad I'm caught up and that we can talk about it. It's like it is a fun show. It's really like my
it
first
is.
first
It's
rom.
not a serious show. It's not like one where you're like, oh my God, grasping my pearls. Like, it's just a fun weekly show. And it's like, it's married people or people getting divorced or people breaking up that have kids. And so it's very much like kind of in line with our lifestyle, not like we're watching kids that are 20 years old having spring breaks. Like
Yeah.
it's totally not like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, okay, so speaking of reality TV, I watched Trader season 3. I'm put in here. I know I'm late. I was like gonna start. Okay, I told when we first started, I said, okay, yeah, I watched like the first, I think like five
Three,
minutes of no,
five.
like, I think it was like season 1, and I think I'm
Oh,
not
you
sure.
watched, that's right. You watched the wrong season. And I was kept or talking about season three. And you're like, I'm starting, and I think I'm on season one. I'm like, oh, it's not season by season. Every season's a different one.
Which I didn't realize
No,
what
yeah.
out or anything, but like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start out on the newest season because I did that essentially with RuPaul's Drag Race, and then I worked my way like
I don't
back.
watch it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but I am so hooked. It's so like, okay, I'm gonna use this word lightly, good, on a reality TV scale of 1 to 5.
Oh, actually, yeah. Scale. Okay, go back to the Valley. What would you give it on a five-star rating?
For reality TV, I would say a 3.
Fine.
Um,
I'll say
and
it less. We
then
should have a rating system. So we're not talking about like award-winning movies. We're not talking about these amazing things. Purely reality TV show on a five-star rating. A
3.5.
three.
Yeah,
A
3.5.
3.5. I think you're right. I give it a 3.5 too. It's not like things that are like, oh my God, cannot believe he broke up with his wife or divorced his wife on this episode. It's
This
so
is
like
look
little
at
things.
this is like the Valley is like supplemental drama that I don't get anymore. It's like if you were still in the drama at your age of like 30 plus something
Yeah.
at 5'8", almost 40, like if you still had people who were into drama, like you would be in the know, but my people don't do this kind of drama so anymore at least. So this like makes me feel like I'm like I know some tea.
Not not in-person drama, no. So yeah, I'd have to agree. 3.5, it's a good rating.
Yeah.
So yeah, Traitors season
Okay.
3. What do you give Traitors season 3?
Oh, okay. So far, and I'm only on like episode 2 or 3. But so far, like a solid like 4.5.
It is
Yeah,
good.
it's
It is
really
good.
good.
So apparently there's a show on Netflix that's like supposed to be a Traitors-esque type of vibe, but it's like obviously not the same, but it's called Who's the Millionaire? I haven't watched it yet, but I heard that it's being very much compared to Traitors because it's supposed to be like there's one millionaire in the house
Mhm.
and it's everyone's job to figure out who it is.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the same thing where it's like the traitors, who's the traitor? Everyone's job is to find out who the traitor is.
I don't want to watch anything else
Yeah.
that like and Alan Cummings, is that his name? He's
Oh,
he makes the show, the outfits, everything, the drama, the transitional camera movements, like the whole thing is like really artsy, especially for um reality TV. God, I lost my words. So anyway, so it makes it like really theatrical and hilarious, and I love it. I'm all about it. And
good.
last thing that I watched was an oldie but goodie is
That
because
I watch literally every month.
oh, do you-
I own it on DVD.
that is so funny. Okay, so I watched Because I Said So. And I ate my cake on the couch. And I was and
So appropriate.
it really was. It was. I was like, I know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to eat cake and
That
and
sounds
watch.
like heaven.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Heaven.
Highly recommend that. I don't really want to rate that because that's
No,
just
it's
like
5 stars, 5 out of 5. Are you kidding? It's like so good. It is, if you like Nancy Meyers movies, and obviously, and you like Mandy Moore and Diane Keaton and the guy who plays
I love him.
Henry from Suits. What is his name? Harvey Specter. Harvey Specter. Anyway, the guy that plays him, and the other guy that is from like that Thing You Do movie, the other boy,
Gabriel Macht.
Gabriel is Harvey from Suits. So that is the other. What is the brunette boyfriend? That's the one that was in the show with Amanda Savage, which is hilarious. I'll give you a recommendation now. And he was also in that movie, That Thing You Do.
Oh, Tom Everett Scott.
Yes, Tom Everett
Got
Scott.
33 names.
Huh? Yeah, he has three. Such a freaking good movie. It is such a feel-good movie. It is such a movie that you can put on in the background and come back to and watch 27,000 times and you'll never be sick of it. It's very much to me like it's complicated,
Hmm.
like with Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin and all the freaking heavy hitters in that one. It
Yeah.
is such a good background movie.
So
Like I put it on when I want to feel good.
yeah, it's a good one. And I did watch It's Complicated a couple weeks back. I didn't mention it, but I've been watching like little rom-coms and Nancy Meyer movies.
I usually do Nancy Meyer Sundays.
Oh, that's cute. I love
Because
that.
that's when me and the boys make like, we actually like make food. Like recently, like we made a homemade pesto. The boys like to play with that and like hang out and like cook. And they always want to help. The only
Yeah.
time I say, okay, please get the hell out of the kitchen is when it's like, I need to put the dishes away and I'm not trying to take 30 minutes to do it. So I'm always like, let's help later. So every Sunday, I make sure that we do like a baking or a cooking thing, and we always put a Nancy Meyers movie on. So I hope that it instills in their brain. Because, like, I love Because I Said So. I love It's Complicated. I love Something's Gotta Give. That one's a really good one with Diane Keaton and freaking Jack Nicholson. Ugh, that one is so good. And Amanda Peet.
I might
So,
watch Georgia Rule next or
oh my God, I haven't watched that in so long. Where is that streaming?
I don't know, let me see.
Wait, why did you just randomly pull that out of your back pocket? That's such a good classic.
Like people also search for it was under there. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I want to watch that too.
Oh my God, I'm totally gonna watch that with you.
Oh goodness, it's on Hulu and Amazon Prime. And Disney
Yay.
Plus. Yeah. That
Oh,
or,
I'll watch that this weekend for sure.
Letters to Juliet is also like literally in the queue on my Apple
Oh, I've
TV.
only seen that one time.
I think I saw it twice, but I was like, yeah, I could watch that again. But
Okay,
anyways,
that'll
yeah. What?
yeah,
Sorry.
let's do okay, so for next week we're gonna watch Georgia
Little-
Rule and
Yeah.
talk about how Lindsay Lohan gets fingered in a boat. Did you forget
Ah,
about that part?
I want to end on that. No.
No, Lindsay Lohan is having such a glow up moment right now. She looks phenomenal. I don't know what facelift that her and Demi Moore have had, but let me tell you, whoever their surgeon is so divine because they look so good. They look the best they've ever looked. Ugh, I am so proud of whoever created whatever that situation is that they're doing to their face because they look so delicious that you can be 50 and still look phenom. So
I don't know. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, she does. I didn't see Demi Moore.
look at both of them. They both look freaking ridiculously amazing in comparison to like 2, 3 years ago.
Oh, the power of money.
I know. I wish I had some.
Yeah.
Anywho, on that note, donate to the GoFundMe. Link below. Not really, but wish I could. Anywho, actually what you can do to help if you're listening and you've gotten to this far, like, subscribe, comment positive things, and tell us what we need to watch. Tell us your opinions on everything we talk about, and tell us who your favorite sports team is because I want to know and talk shit with you. So yeah, great week, phenomenal week. And fun fact, next week will be an episode that will happen on Friday like normal, but me and Damian will have actual in-person FaceTime. So that'll be something to look forward to. Uh, Anywho, I guess we hope you have a phenomenal weekend and a great next week, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.